Hello everybody, my name's Beanie, and welcome back to Scroft's channel, where me and Scroft are going to learn Farming Simulator together and have a wonderful time. Toodle pip everybody. There you go.
Sounds nothing like me.
Well.
And when have I ever said toodle pip?
Just. Right, so we're back at it. Are you happy to be back on the game?
I am. I also just wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent me a happy birthday last week. I really appreciated it.
Woo!
You know, it's very nice of everyone. Woo, another year older.
That's it. That's
Yay.
it. Happy birthday and all that. It was fun, wasn't it?
Thank you very much.
We enjoyed
It was.
a little break to Wales.
Yeah.
And Anglesey.
Yeah. I even managed to take you to Conway one day, which is nice.
Yeah.
Had some fish and chips.
It was brilliant, man. It was nice to get away for a bit.
Definitely.
Right,
I
so
agree to that.
on that bombshell, now probably shouldn't use the Top Gear line, but anyway, this is the 4th episode. I think we're getting close to maybe moving over to potentially this survival series where we can proper try and make money, a bit of a challenge, and a bit more kind of incentive for the game and everything, if you know what I mean.
Take the training wheels off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to be honest, like I said, you'll learn most of it then anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to plan out what main functions. Just about getting used to the controls really at this point. Just playing the game, what the different equipment do, and all that. I think we should focus on getting this corn done, because this good thing about this map is there's loads of different things for corn, so we can go and dry it out, which is just really good on this map because you can make a lot more money by doing that. And then we can probably do a little bit more productions, but we have got a lot of flour, and if we do some more and stuff, it's there's just going to be too much at that point to probably focus on right at the end. So I think the majority of this, we just dry all the corn out, do this corn harvest, get you a bit more used to harvesting, even though we've done it quite a bit, and the production side after it. And then I'd say next episode we can move into probably learning more about animals. Also the groundwork's really important, so either this field or the wheat field, probably the wheat field, we'll learn kind of like the start to finish of how to prep it and how to get it ready and get kind of like your expected yields up. And it's basically trying to get the field the best shape it can be, so it gives you the most at the end from your harvest.
Nice, okay.
Sounds all right, right?
Yeah, you've got to, put in the prep work first, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So we do the corn harvest. It's a different header. So these headers over here, these massive ones that we used before on these X9s, these are the ones that kind of do like grain types, so like wheat, barley, oats, canola, or as we know it in the UK as oilseed.
The yellow flowers.
Exactly, that's the one that kind of, you can very distinct into it when it's growing at certain times of year.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of it, especially down south. Like, we see a lot of it in the UK. So these headers kind of do that. The sorghum, we obviously did in the last episode, things like that. But anything like sunflowers, tall crops, corn, things like that, we use these kind of corn headers over here, which you'll see a complete difference to when they start up and stuff. So I've got 2 of them set up already.
They remind me of clippers. When you go to the barbers.
Yeah, exactly. All that. They kind of like they got rows to the way they planted it. If you look, they should be in kind of like nice, neat rows. Normally they are, but obviously corn's quite crazy crop. Just grows so quick and gets so high. But they kind of just goes through, feeds them into them gaps, chops them, and then obviously takes the corn off. And I think it actually does a lot. It's quite clever, really, the corn, because they have to smash it or something. I don't even know, to be honest. It's never seen a corn harvester in action. I've only seen choppers that use it for maize, so I've only seen them in action, but never actually never seen a harvester actually harvest for corn.
Okay.
So it'd be interesting to maybe learn a bit more about it, but they're definitely different and they're pretty cool. So if we get in and unfold one, I'll just move out your way, because they will they'll extend quite a bit because they are massive, really. These are the biggest ones you can get. You obviously can get the other headers bigger, but these are just, they're kind of lacking in size a little bit, but they still do a cracking job. So if you want to unfold your header first, there you go.
Yeah.
And watch the animations. I don't know if you can zoom in and see the animations of them.
Yeah, I can see him.
We'll start doing... Oh no, they won't. They're already set up. Some of them kind of unfold. Actually, I think that might be the forage harvesters, so we'll probably see them at some point. We haven't even done forage harvesting. That's a whole different kettle of fish. That's like making kind of chaff or silage from crops like this. You can even use them to cut grass, really, but the forage harvesters that have this kind of header on would be for corn. Turn it into maize or maize silage. So, yeah. We can get through that at some point, maybe when we do a survival series, if we get up to that point buying a first forage harvester.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so you've just smashed out. You've unfolded your harvester. You can crack on if you want, and I'll go round to your right hand side. So if you take the far left, go clockwise like we like to do because of the pipe.
Yeah.
And then we'll crack on. And we are taking this straight to the corn dryer. There's no point in keeping it in our bins because it just makes sense to get it straight gone. Oh god, even I'm faffing about now.
What are you like, eh?
I know, I didn't even lower the header down.
Come on, Scroft, what are you playing at?
I don't know.
You know what I was... Sorry. You know what I was thinking, though? I've got a bit of a challenge for you.
Yeah?
You should make a maze.
What, a maze? A maze?
Yeah, like a... Yeah, like the thing you walk around.
Yeah, a maze.
Not the plant.
A maze made out of maize.
Yeah. I think you should do that, and then...
There is actually a mod out there that you can buy, like in placeables and decorations. You can actually build a maze from corn. And
seriously?
Yeah, but they're all different little sections, so you have to kind of place them down yourself. You still have to put a bit of thinking behind it, but there is a mod out there for that.
That is pretty cool.
I know.
I don't know, I just think it'd be funny if you built a maze, or if I built one, and then seeing if you could figure out how to actually get through it. See how long it would take you.
Yeah, you'd have to be really strict because you can technically just walk through it.
Oh. Well, yeah, you wouldn't be allowed to do that.
No, we don't have to set rules.
Oh my god.
What's going on? You're right there.
Yeah, I'm lagging. Well, not anymore, but I was.
Fair play.
It's struggling a bit today. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Sometimes it happens, I guess. I know you did have an issue earlier on with the two multiplayer servers I run. It was on Giant's End as well, I think, where they had to reset all servers. So.
Oh gosh. Oh, okay then.
So
I thought you were going to say with the Wi-Fi.
No, it's not on our end. It's actually like every server.
Okay. It's not my fault then.
Definitely not your fault, no.
Not managed to break that as well.
No, you don't break stuff. Well, tell a lie. Maybe a little.
Clumsy.
Well, I don't know if clumsy is the right word. I think it's more like maybe a little bit of bad luck mixed with a tiny dash of clumsiness. Who knows?
I stepped on a plate earlier.
I know. It's my favourite plate.
I didn't break it. I didn't spill anything, so I did alright, but yeah.
Oh well.
I did that once. I sat on a hot chocolate.
You sat on a hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Was it full?
Yeah, it had whipped cream and marshmallows on it and everything.
How'd you sit on a hot chocolate?
It was quite a few years ago when I was still like living at my parents and everything, and they had the log burner, and I'd had one of my friends round, and we decided we were going to light the log burner. It was winter time, and we are going to have some nice hot chocolates. So we made these hot chocolates, and I'd put my mug down next to me while in the fire, and long story short, after I was done building the fire, I kind of like leant back kind of thing, and I was kneeling, and then when I kind of leant back, I managed to sit on this really full mug of hot chocolate with whipped cream and marshmallows everywhere.
Yeah. I bet you were gutted. Did you make another one?
I was. I think I just added more cream and marshmallows.
Say,
Rather than
be a
make
shame
whole
if
fresh
like you
one.
couldn't make another one, but you had to watch your friend still drink hers.
Oh yeah, that would be heart wrenching. You know,
Well,
I love a good hot chocolate.
I'm not a big fan of hot chocolate, and that's probably going to come to a surprise to some people, but I just prefer tea. I think tea is my life. Like, without tea, there's no point in anything.
To be fair, tea is brilliant, but when I was in Scouts, they used to
Scouts?
add, yeah.
Bloody hell. How do you remember Scouts?
I don't know. I did Beavers, Cubs, and Scouts, and Rainbows, but I only did that for a week and then I didn't like it. But yeah, when I was at Scouts, they used to put custard in the hot chocolate, and it was the nicest hot chocolate ever. It was just so thick and creamy and gorgeous.
Sounds a little bit sickly to me. Seriously, bit of water, tiny bit of whatever, cup of tea, job done. Can't go wrong with a brew.
That is true. That is true. To be fair, we were having a conversation, weren't we, about the new tea bags we brought. It's riveting our life.
Hey, that to me is exciting stuff. I keep trying all different types of tea bags, trying to find the one, but nothing compares to Yorkshire Gold. It's like just elite.
To be fair, I'm surprised how close this one from Aldi has got.
Yeah, it's good. It's like, I'd say it's still not Yorkshire Gold though, is it?
It's not Yorkshire Gold, but it's better than that Twinings one we tried. When
The
we
everyday
were away.
Twinings, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all day breakfast one's good, but yeah, the everyday one was a bit of a letdown.
I got really worried when I first made you a brew with them. I was like, oh my goodness, it's grey. Why does it look grey? How have I managed to mess a cup of tea up?
No, I think that was just how it was.
Yeah.
It's all right. I still like. I'm just a big fan of tea. I hate coffee. Can't drink it at all.
Oh no, I can't deal with the smell either. It gives me headaches.
I don't mind the smell. It's just the flavour of coffee. Never got used to it. And I know it's one of them drinks. It's like you have to drink it to start liking it, and I get that. So I could probably give it its dues and give it a chance, and I'd really like it. But this is true.
Do you start liking it, or do you just get addicted to the caffeine?
I think you start like it's like beer. Like beer, people don't like beer, do they, at the start? But then
I
the more you
don't
drink
like
it,
beer.
yeah, but a lot of people like that at the start. But then they get used to it and like it more. It's like wine. You know, with age you like wine.
Yeah, like me, aged like a fine wine.
Yeah.
You didn't have to take so long to agree.
I didn't. I was looking at something I forgot.
Oh yeah.
No comment.
Yeah. Moving on. What are we doing in terms of karting? Because I'm at 97%.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll jump over now. 2 seconds. I'll tell you something that is true about me. When I was a baby, like a proper baby, you know, like with a bottle and everything,
Yeah.
my dad used to make me tea. Put it in the bottle.
Did he?
Yeah. So I used to drink tea
Oh, my
from a
goodness.
baby's age. So I
No wonder.
was faffing then and having a brew. There's no brakes on this.
The first...
See that?
What?
I know. I had my foot on the brake the whole way. Just doesn't stop at all.
You really confused the harvester. It's like, oh, just a little bit. Like what?
It just doesn't stop, especially if you're going above like maybe 30 miles an hour or something. It just doesn't like stopping.
No. Oh.
Ah well.
Oh well. So your dad put tea in your bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love your dad. He's brilliant. And your mum, to be fair. They're both amazing people, but that's just amazing.
I feel like there'll be someone else that had that. I hope so anyway, because caffeine for a baby, is that normal? I don't know.
I don't know. The closest I got is I always used to get really bad, like, chesty coughs, and I could never shake them. So my mum always used to give me a bit of, like, sherry or something like that. Just not loads. Once I was a bit older.
Like a spoonful.
Just to try and help. Yeah, exactly. Just to try and help clear it off my chest.
No, I can't remember. That probably happened. I mean, it's like an old story, into a wives' tale kind of thing. I know my nan used to think every day she'd have a cup of tea with a bit of honey in and a little tiny bit of whiskey in, because it used to, kind of like help her out and stuff.
My nan was the same. She loves a cup of tea with a bit of whiskey in it. Every now and again. I don't want it to sound like my family are full of alcoholics or not. Just, yeah.
Whereas
Irish,
my family are pretty much full of teaholics.
Yeah.
My dad's same.
My mum loves the herbal tea.
It's just a waste of your life, isn't it, herbal tea?
You know what? I do like a nice nettle tea.
Nettle?
When I go home to my parents, I always have a nettle tea.
Oh my god. That's insane. Nettle tea? You're off your head, love. You're off your head.
Dad used to make nettle soup as well.
Right. I'm telling you now, no one eats nettle soup.
I bet they will.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like a family of rabbits somewhere, maybe, but not humans. Maybe who eats nettle soup? I mean, I don't know. Next you'll be saying, yeah, and we have dock leaf for supper.
No. To be fair, it wasn't bad soup. It just had a weird gritty texture.
Yeah, fair play.
But, yeah.
I am going to turn this off. I'm going to go drive this down to the... It's at 92%, so I may as well just start driving it. If you want to empty, just jump into the case with the jewels on the rear and with the big auger in blue. You know what I mean, don't you?
Yes.
The other one that we kind of empty into. It's got the big case tractor behind you.
Yeah.
And then I can empty it back into this after, but we may as well start getting the corn dry going.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm actually still on my controller as well. It's nice actually to be back on my controller, because I actually think that, not for driving, well maybe reversing, but everything else just feels like I'm so used to it, because that's how I've played the game for so long, from like back in FS17 on console to then moving over to PC on FS19. I was always a controller player.
Oh, did you start on a console?
Yeah, but it was not creating videos, or no channel at the time. It was just that was the way I got introduced to Farming Simulator. I played FS17 on PS4, and just liked it every now and again, chilling out. You know, come back from work, play the game, relax, and it was great. And then I decided to move over, because I already had a PC and did quite a bit of PC gaming, but I didn't like, I had some games for console and some games for PC. And I decided to get really into the PC side, and that's when I started off like loving all the mods and game-changing mods and all. Yeah, it just completely changed the game for me. So I then decided eventually to make a bit of content, and here we are.
Ah, I know. How long have you been doing it now?
Bloody hell, that's a good question. Maybe like 3 years, nearly coming up to 3 years, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, when was lockdown? Wasn't it lockdown you started?
Yeah, I started my channel in lockdown, so like, what was that? Oh god, I've just jumped out of the bloody truck.
Don't do that.
I know. 2021, wasn't it? Oh no, sorry, 2020.
2019.
Yeah, I think the first lockdown was in 2020, because it was COVID-19, but it was like the end of 19, wasn't it? Because I remember being in
March, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I remember being in Dublin just as all the news started breaking out about COVID being in China. So I was like, oh god, like probably need to kind of be careful on the flight back. And then, yeah, luckily it didn't get ill or anything. But then there was a lockdown in March 2020. So I probably started it like summertime 2020. So I think it could have been April 2020 actually. I think it was April time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
coming up for 4 years then.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
That is mad.
Doesn't feel like that.
Is that you honking?
No.
Yeah. I don't know what that was then. Okay.
Might have been you by accident. Who knows?
Potentially. It's a valid option. Yeah. I mean, when you started it, I suppose it's weird to look back and think, you know, would you imagine getting to where you are now, being able to start reducing your work hours soon and doing it more full time and as a official job, if you like your main job?
No, not at all. That was a dream, obviously. Like, you don't start with, you'd have to be honest to yourself and say you started with that kind of like mindset that maybe, who knows, one day. But
Yeah.
I didn't ever think it would be a reality. My intention was to have fun and try and keep myself occupied through lockdown and do something creative with my time instead of just, not just basically playing games. Was fun and everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the time, I just wanted to try and do something else with a bit more substance. And I always liked video games and technology, and I thought, what better way? And try and do, content creation, but also learning editing because I never did audio editing or video editing or anything like that before. I've had a good idea of it and always been drawn to it and try my best to learn little snippets here and there, but I've never actually gone out and made a video for YouTube before. But I think it just helps that I've got that interest in technology that's kind of made me want to learn and progress. And I've always feel like if you've got a creative mind and you were good at like storytelling and drawing, whatever it is, then
personality.
Yeah, exactly.
No, to be fair, it's always amazed me your ability and your like yearning, I suppose is the right word, to learn. Like, you're always wanting to grow, but also your creativity. Like, if it was me, I'd just be sat there like, I have no idea how is this, what am I even gonna do, kind of thing. Or I feel like it'd probably just end up shadowing a TV program, maybe unintentionally, but yeah.
I mean, you always take influence from things, always, because like I like reading, and a lot of stories when I was a child that I read always influenced me at some point through ideas and creation and stuff. But yeah, I just honestly, the best thing about content creation for me is the amount of enjoyment I get from it, from telling a story, from being creative. It's just, that's the best part for me now, because it's just, I feel privileged to be able to do that, and then people to be interested in it. And from what people get, the feedback I get, you think I'm pretty good at it at times, and that feels really good. It's validating. It's a great feeling to have that kind of validation for what I'm doing. So
Oh, definitely. I mean, when I first met you at work, and you told me about this channel and this community you've got going, I didn't even know Farming Simulator was a thing at that point. And I remember I thought, I'm going to be the nosy co-worker, I'm going to check it out. So I had a look, and I remember watching some of your farmhands and thinking, bloody hell, you can tell a story, and actually enjoying it, even though I knew nothing about the game. I'd only just really known it's like just learned of its existence, kind of thing. And I was like, what? I was very happy to just sit there and watch it.
Yeah, well, it's great. I mean, that's good for someone that's obviously got no kind of interest in gaming for Farming Simulator, but also maybe if would you pick up a book about farming, for example, a story about farming, or
Probably not. I mean, if it was like sold as this is about farming kind of thing, but if it was like a story and it happened to be based on a farm, or
like a comedy, like an Only Fools and Horses style Emmerdale crossover.
I don't know if I've watched Only Fools and Horses.
That right? I mean, the amount of people in chat right now that are just going to be literally at this moment, I promise you, there's about 15 people typing at least, going, "Are you kidding me?"
And I've never, to be fair, I've never been a fan of like the soap operas. I never got into Coronation Street or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't really ever really been into that, but I know Emmerdale's the kind of like the farming, countryside version of Coronation Street. You could probably say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did go through a phase of listening to The Archers. I mean, I don't know whether it's specifically farming, but I think it's in the countryside, from what I can remember.
I don't know. I'll be honest, you've lost me on that one.
Radio 4.
No. No, I don't.
I'm trying to think of the intro.
It don't matter. You'll probably give me a copyright.
Are you saying I'm not good at singing?
Yeah, exactly.
Scroft.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was my thought process anyway.
Oh. Yeah,
How are you
definitely.
getting on?
I'm all good. I'm just emptying out.
Nice. That trailer's empty now, so
Oh, is it? Oh.
yeah, it don't matter
I
though
just went
because
and
we
got
can
the
just
case.
yeah, it's fine. Just means that we can transfer it over at some point.
Yeah.
Right, so the second load's going in. That's 56,000, so it's about two, bloody hell, can't count. It's 112,000, I'm going to guess, that we should have in the corn dryer. So hopefully it won't take too long. Just looking at the production menu now. How are you getting on?
I'm doing alright. I just hopped into your harvester because
No worries.
it was going to be in the way for this last little bit, so I thought I may as well.
Yeah, you may as well. So I'll drive back, and I know we're nearly finished, aren't we?
Yeah, just the last little bit. Maybe one more pass.
And then what I'm thinking is we'll drive down together in this truck. You can drive it down if you want.
Hey, okay.
And I think everybody, including me, especially me, wants to see you use a forklift and load a load of pallets onto a trailer.
Oh, yes. That's going to go swimmingly.
You can do it. I believe in you, as always.
Oh, that makes one of us.
You know you can do it. It's not that bad, honestly, because it's they're quite straightforward, aren't they, pallets? If you're thinking about like a pallet fork's just quite level, stays kind of level to the ground, pick it up, lift it up, put it down, so on. It's not as like bales where bales can move about and stuff a bit more, and you can angle them weird, can't you, and trying to level them off and stuff.
Yeah.
They're probably more likely to fall. But my advice is, honestly, is if you just put like some pallets in and it's a row on the trailer, just use the strap to just, like, tie that down onto the trailer so you can't knock them off going forward.
Oh.
And then outside cab view is, it's important for loading things on, just because, until we get VR in game, which I think's. Can you imagine if we had VR right now on
That'd
this?
be crazy.
Be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've never really used VR. The only time I have is on that ride at Towers, and it just made me feel sick because it wasn't quite lined up properly.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've used VR a few times, but not on PC. I've never had a VR system on a PC because they are costly, but they are better. So really, I'm probably missing out because they are better. But I have used VR on the PlayStation though. I did have the PlayStation VR, and it was brilliant. It was, but it did make me feel sick. I got quite bad motion sickness from it, to the point where I could only go on it for about half an hour each time. But if I persevere with it, it becomes easier. So it is, it's one of them where it's persevere
You kind of
with
get
it.
used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not one for getting like travel sick, stuff like that, but I don't know, it just made me feel ill.
Well, you go on a treadmill
Yeah.
and you come off and you start getting like this. You've had it where you come off a treadmill and it's like you feel like you're moving but you're not.
Yeah, it's very weird walking.
It's like that, but heightened. I think it's like it's more intense. Basically, it's just it's fun because I'll never forget one Christmas. I went up to my mum's and I took the VR. She got in the habit of asking me every Christmas to take it up as well.
Right.
I put her on a horror game.
Oh, I remember you saying you were going to do that to me, and I don't do very well with scary movies, stuff like that. I mean, you love making me jump because it's so easy.
Wow.
So yeah, I was a bit terrified.
It's ridiculously easy, to be honest.
To be fair, it's worrying how easy it is to make myself jump.
I can literally just walk downstairs, say hi, and the next thing you're just flailing your arms about like, ah! So really, half the time, I can't not jump even if I try not to.
Touche. I mean, have you ever made yourself jump?
No.
Yeah, it's a
I don't know how
very
you do
weird
that.
feeling.
That's like not being self-aware.
Well, my spatial awareness isn't brilliant.
You put yourself down way too much. And you're
Hey,
doing it on a video now.
no, literally, my mum took me to the doctors about it when I was younger because she was worried about the lack of spatial awareness I had. Or maybe I was just irritating her that much, but yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt it. But no, this horror game, it was a clown ride, like, you know, in a kind of like a haunted house clown ride where you had a gun and you were shooting little things that were coming out, you know. And I put her on that, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen, probably in my life. Her reaction, she was just
Oh gosh.
screaming and, you know, but laughing at the same time. It was just strange. But
Yeah,
but it was brilliant, Mum.
I don't know. I can imagine your mum kind of liking horror, but not at the same time.
Oh, she loves horror. Absolutely loves horror
Does
films.
she?
Yeah, she loves it, but she hated that because, you know, she's never experienced anything like VR before, and it was just new to her. Right, are you ready then? You want to jump in and I'll get in the passenger seat this?
Yeah. Where?
I'll direct you.
I saw you a second ago. Oh, there we go. I'm in.
So you go forward, turn right, and go out the main entrance to the road, and then turn right.
Right, yeah. I know which way right is.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. I know my left and right.
Yeah. It's a nice brew, I'll give you that.
Thank you very much. Oh, which way am I going?
Right.
Oh, right.
Remember, you got a massive trailer on the end. That's it. Oh, let me know. Can't park there, sir.
Can't park there.
So you need to turn right here, so I'd slow down. Ooh, I'm glad I've got 4 seatbelts on.
All 4 of them. Am I pulling in again?
Not that one, it's the other one in front of it. See where it's that propane tank is? Just to the left of it, a little bit forward, is that one.
Okay, am I going underneath?
Yep. Tipping it into that grate area at the bottom.
Okay.
So you should get a trigger when you go through.
Is this the one with the front and back bits, or is it just all one?
No, it's all one. It's much easier because it just tips from the rear.
Okay.
So if you keep going, so the rear of the trailer's there. Because that's where it's going to tip from.
Just zoom out a second. All I could see was the bunker. Ah, there we go. Right back. Why?
And then when you're done, you can just turn her off after she's tipped out everything out, and then we'll have a look at the productions if you want, because there's quite a lot of crates or pallets, should I say, of flour that we need to go and take and sell.
Okay.
Why not, eh? Like I said, everyone wants to see you loading on these pallets. There's not that many.
Oh. Not many at all.
Oh, exactly. So if you go into the productions menu,
which one's that again?
it's press start, bring up your menu, and you're going to go down to one that's like an arrow pointing right, and then looks like 2.
Yeah, got it.
3
in
dots.
A hand.
No, it's an arrow pointing just proper directionally right or east.
Oh, got
and
it.
Then 3 dots.
Yeah.
There you go. So you got your corn dryer at the top. Well, just below the bakery, sorry.
Yeah.
We've just put, if you look at that one, we've put 142,000 litres in there. And it's got propane already in. And we're processing through to dried corn. So that's all good.
So is it all going?
Yeah, it's all going. It'll just take a bit of time to dry out. But then when it's done, we can just go sell the majority of it because it's good money. And then we'll do a tiny bit of, probably a bit of just the fine flour, because I don't think we're going to have the stuff to make sweet cornbread before we want to move on to our proper series. So the wheat flour, if we look down at the grain mill, which is where we're actually standing now, the wheat flour is what we've kind of processed through. We've still got 14,000 litres in there to process through, but Yeah, we're just
Really?
going to take as much of it we can and we're going to sell it. But I'm just going to have a quick look at the price of it because I don't know if it is like the best time to sell it, but we just want to sell it just for the fun of it, really. Where's the flower gone? It's there. So what are we in? Right now, September. Are we in October? We're in October, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, so
October.
it's not the worst time, but it's definitely not the best time to sell. Most things that you sell in the game, it's kind of like you do all the work and then the winter months when it's quiet, you go and sell it. That's when the best price is usually. But just for the purpose of, trying out pallet forks and understanding like productions and the final process, which is selling them, and usually in pallet format like this, it's just a bit of a practice for that. So I'm going to just spawn in a few items here that we can start using.
Do you think we've got enough flour?
Depends how much bread you're baking.
I mean, you keep me busy for a long time. I could do some pizza dough as well.
There you go then. So maybe not. Maybe we need more.
Although, I mean, type 405, what's that? Is that a bread flour or is it plain flour?
Honestly,
it's not self-raising.
I haven't got a clue. I will be honest, that is not something I've really got much knowledge on. But I will say that we are supplying the whole of Alma right now. So
yeah, we're keeping them stocked up.
Exactly.
I mean, it's whole grain, so it won't be white bread.
Right, so what I've done here is I've brought in 2 of these low loaders. Now, they are easier to load on because obviously they're low to the ground, but we lift them up when it's full. I think what we should try and do is you handle one trailer and load up with one of the forklifts onto that trailer, and then I'll do the other one, and then when they're fully loaded, we can both drive them over to the sell point together. So I'll drive one, you drive the other.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to do it. Now, what I'd aim to do is try and get as many in a line and then, go across, if that makes sense, from left to right. And then we're going to double stack. So we want 2 on top of each other. Makes sense.
So, 2 high.
Yeah, 2 high. And then as many as you can get across in the row. Do you want to take the one on the right or take the one on the left? It's up to you. Just thinking about what would be easier for your manoeuvring.
I'll take the one on the right because I'm always right. Hey.
There you go then. But so with a forklift, if we do this together, I'll go up to the one. I'll start on the right and you start on the left because it's parallel. Well, sorry, not parallel. Well, it technically is.
No.
I don't know. I don't know, but it sounds about right. It's just closer for me to kind of turn around and go to my trailer. So are you all right with this? Now, what you need to understand is the forks you can make wider and narrower. So if you hold right back just before you go into that, just so I can show you.
Okay.
So if you hold right back and then press right on the right analog.
Right.
So hold right back and right on that analog. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. So what that does is just make it wider and narrower. Now, it's important to know that on some tools, because even though this is a forklift and it widen, it could be that you're in a telehandler and it can extend the arm out in and out. So you've usually really got 3 axes to work with when it comes to like front loaders or telehandlers. So you've got like lifting up and down, then you've got kind of like extended in and out, and then you've got usually moving left and right, kind of would be like tipping a bucket, for example. Do you get me?
Right, yeah, I've got you.
So with this, it's really easy because as soon as you've lined it up and your forks are set, it's just up and down. It's literally just up and down. So it's a good way to start off. And I know you've done a few little bits like this before, but yeah. So just take your time. There is no rush at all with this. Just try your best, to as soon as you've got them on, just remember to kind of strap them down so you're not knocking them over, because then it just makes your life easier then.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the biggest problem is when you've made a mess, because then you've got to try and rectify it. They can just be all there anywhere. Whereas right now they're kind of nicely stacked for us to pick up.
Yes, definitely. They're nicely laid out, to be fair.
Exactly. You're doing a good job so far. You got them. Now you can tip it left. You can tip it forward and backwards, as in like the angle of it. So if you look at mine right now, you can see, if you just watch my front of the forklift.
Yeah.
Can you see how it's tipping forward and back?
Yeah.
It just. I've actually done my forklift license weirdly in a factory when I used to do analytical chemistry there, because I had to go and take samples. So sometimes I had to go and get a pallet off of a finished product, for example. So they make you do that, like when you're lifting stuff, they want you to tip it towards you so it's less chance of it falling off. But we don't need to do that. It's just an example of the axis kind of movements to get used to. There's usually 3 at most. There's never usually more than that unless you're doing kind of like login, and then it's a little bit crazy. Now with this one, so you've dropped it down like that.
Yeah.
You can't really go any more forward, can you?
No.
So what I'd say to do is move backwards and then just lift up a little bit. Make sure you do it at the bottom because it's less likely to tip. And then just very slowly, kind of like give it a nudge. Very slowly. Just so you can push another 2 on. So a bit further down. I'd bring your forks further down because you see what I mean. If your fork's too high, you're going to push it over, aren't you? Whereas that's kind of like just giving it that nice little nudge. All good? Maybe a little bit further down because it's starting to tip. There you go. See, it's nice and happy now.
Happy days.
There you go. See, smashing it out. So what I'll do, just so you can concentrate on this, you don't have to kind of keep talking, I'll do a little time lapse now, and people can watch us both just getting these loaded on.
Okay.
Right, there we go. Happy with that?
Very happy.
You did well.
I think I did okay.
You did really well. The last one was a bit,
a bit
to the
square.
side. Yeah, and I mean this side as well. I don't know what's gone on here. I think you've stacked 3.
What? I didn't pick up. When did I pick up 2?
No, I think what you've done is instead of using this one here to kind of just go to this bit, you know what I mean? You need to go to your 3rd kind of row or column. A column, isn't it? Yeah, more of a column.
I must have picked up 2 at a time then without realising. So I picked up 4 pallets.
Yeah, probably that can happen.
I thought I'd only picked up 2.
Yeah, I mean, if
one on.
with your camera, I think what it is, like I can't see exactly, but it's about the camera. So you're obviously not probably zoomed out enough, and you need to make sure you're looking on the side when you're picking up and then dropping off, because it can give you an idea better.
Well, when I was picking up, I was using inside cab because it helped me line it up easier, and then I'd come outside because I found that easier to put it on the trailer.
Okay, well, whatever works best for you, definitely. But I've always, for me, it is about preference though. So I wouldn't it's not like I'm saying one way's better than the other. It is about preference. But I always find it easier just to be outside cab, especially for kind of like loading, unloading anything, because I find there's just different camera angles. So like if I'm trying to line it up like going into the pallet, I just look above the tractor.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, so the forklift. And then when I'm trying to kind of line the height up, I go to the side of the tractor or the side of the tool, and the same. But I'm quite zoomed out, you know, and I can use different sides. So yeah, you just experiment with it until, you know, especially when we go and do the Survivor, because we're probably going to do quite a bit of production to try and make money when we start and stuff, if we get some productions. So there's probably going to be a lot of pallets, and you'll get used to it. We might actually be using a tractor, though, with a front loader attachment that then has got a fork, and that's more difficult to use in a forklift.
Okay.
So, yeah, whatever you find's best. Right,
yeah.
I will jump in. We're going to the diner restaurant because I feel like that's the best place to sell right now. So we'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
So what you need to do is jump in, hold left back and circle to lift up your trailer.
Oh, that's clever.
It's cool, isn't it? That's why I went for these.
Can I just follow you?
Yeah. That's why I went for these, because they're easy to like stack on because they go quite low. I think we're going just behind here. It's not even that far away.
That's nice and easy.
So, if I take that off now, you can just take the straps off whilst in cab. There we go. So you just made £12,611 with that.
Blimey. It's not bad at all, is it?
No, it's alright for a bit of flour. So you want your go forward a little bit, that's it. Just a touch so your back ones are doing it as well.
Do I need to lower it? Oh, unfasten.
No. You can unfasten.
Did I do that?
No.
Oh.
You don't have to do that, you just need to come forward a bit.
There we go.
Can you see this trigger here?
Yeah, I'm looking behind me now.
Yeah,
Hello.
that trigger is like just where it is. So you can just think that, probably aim for the middle of your trailer, that's it. That'll be perfect then. And yeah, to unstrap you did it eventually. Like you don't have to do that, it will sell. Bales though, you do have to unstrap them for them to sell. They'll just sit there until you unstrapped them. Right,
okay.
But I think that's it. We've done really well, haven't we?
I think so too.
We sold the flour. Out. Yeah, exactly. We sold the flour from the first episode we did from the wheat. So that's kind of like finished it off. We made a bit of money from that, and there's still some processing through, but we'll just leave that now. We've done corn, but we're drying that off, so we'll sell that after. And then I think next episode we'll do something that's probably really important, which is learning what to do with a field after it's harvested to then get it ready for the next harvest.
Okay.
So the whole process. Fun. Yeah. It is. I enjoy it. It's a long-winded process because there's a lot of stages to it, but it's important to kind of try and get the order, and you just get used to the order then, and it's not bad. And even like when we do a survival, we'll start off with hardly anything. It's going to be difficult to kind of get to the point where we can do the order because you need a lot of tools and stuff.
Yeah.
So we can work out, like, I could even ask you, I could say, like, what do you think's the best thing to do first with the money we've got? What's going to pay off? You know, because you have to try and figure that out then. Like, do you invest in a mulcher? Or is it better to invest in another seeder? Or, you know, something like, because you've got to try and prioritize what you need first, basically, because everything will improve your harvest overall, and especially if we're using precision farming, that can give us a higher precision farming score, which in turn gives us a bigger bonus every time we sell something.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, it is important to try and get your head around that at least, just even if it's just like doing it once or twice. You know, you don't need to be a pro at it or anything, because it isn't even that difficult, I promise you. It's just like remembering an order, basically. You know, as soon as you've done it a few times, it'll come second nature to you.
Yeah, you don't even have to think about it.
Exactly. So I think then we're on what, this one's episode 4, episode 5 and 6. I'm gonna say we'll probably do 7 episodes and then we'll go and do survival. So we've got 3 more left.
Nice.
Yeah, and still enjoying it?
Definitely.
Great.
Definitely. I'm just really loving the trees at the moment.
The trees?
Yeah, because it's autumn.
Oh, I get you. I'm so glad you're listening to me, but really you were just looking over there. I bet you had a nice little song in your head, like did. Happy as Larry.
To be fair, I've had the corn one. It's corn, a big lump of nuts. It's got the juice, it's got the juice. Too much more beautiful things. Ooh.
So yeah, in the next one, we'll tackle probably doing the wheat field. We'll get it sorted out, prepped, and we'll plant some wheat in again. We probably won't follow it through to harvest just because it's just teaching you, like I said. But I think that'll be the next step, and then move over to animals. Finish off with selling all the stuff we've done, bringing in some money. We've got a lot of sorghum to sell as well, and then yeah, we can finish off with animals and making sure we make some profit and stuff like that. Just so you can see the whole point of the game, really, which is to make money from all the hard work we put in.
Yeah, sounds pretty cool. Sounds like fun. Definitely.
So, do you want to say goodbye to everyone, Beanie? Do you want to do the outro as I did the intro this time?
Sounds like a fair deal.
Okay.
So, thank you everyone for watching, and that doesn't sound like you at all. Dado, thanks for watching, and I'll give us a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode. To be fair, I did see a comment, just quickly, I did see a comment about someone asking you to do a Welsh accent.
A Welsh?
Yes. In the valleys.
I don't know. I'm from Wales.
Wheels.
I'm from Wales. It's about the best I can do. I don't really know. I think.
No. I just know Araf from driving. It means slow.
Yeah.
Pretty much it, but yeah.
Thanks for that. That was a cracking outro, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Talking about Wales. You went from an outro talking about road signs in Wales.
My brain works in mysterious ways.
Honestly. Right. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.